This is the second time I'm doing this video because the first time I did it, my mic wasn't turned on and therefore there was no audio and I just looked like this. Yeah, not the best thing I've ever done. So let me redo the top half of my DVD collection because that's what we really want to know at the end of the day. What is my DVD collection and what's it compiled of?
Warning. This video contains super awesome content not suitable for people who don't enjoy super awesomeness. Viewer discretion advised.
So, starting from the top, I'm going to be doing Tracy Beaker first. Now, the story of Tracy Beaker was a show that succeeded of 5 seasons. Not only that, there was an own Tracy Beaker movie. Then on top of that, there was the Tracy Beaker Returns, had 3 seasons. Then there was the Dumping Ground, which I think I had 2 seasons because it was that bad. And then I think there's a new one coming out where she returns, but that's as far as I got with it because I stopped looking up at it at that point because I think, you know what, you're just killing what the name represents at the end of the day. And the collection I got, I had to get through magazines. Well, I didn't, I brought off eBay, but in order to get the set that I have with individual numbers up top, you have to buy the weekly magazine subscription or go to your local shop that actually sells them and then buy them each week when a new issue comes out. And they roughly cost about, at the time, I believe, would have been about $3.99. Now, if they'd done them, they would have been like $8.99 or $10.99, something ridiculous to get more money out of you. But yeah, each week you buy one, you get a magazine, you get the DVD, and there was a cardboard box to put all the DVDs in, but unfortunately when I brought mine off eBay, the box was very mangled, it was very old, you could tell that it's been worn, and I didn't want it, so I threw it away. I thought, screw it, that looks horrible, I'm just binning it. As long as I got the DVDs and they work, yes, it's used condition, but they work, each one of them. Like, they're not the best standard quality, but they still work and they all have their unique artwork on the case, on the DVD. And that's why I brought them. And these were in a few of my videos before, like when I used to do old videos to my other channel, these used to be in the background. Not many people noticed it, but I just want to throw that out first. And that's one of the good collections that I've ever first started collecting. And I don't really care if people judge me for liking Tracy Beaker. I love Tracy Beaker and I will watch it again. I still prefer the first 3 seasons over the others because I think after season 3 they got really downhill. Like, you knew they were pushing it to the limit, and after they ended it on the 5th season I thought, you know what, it was a good run but no more. The Return of Tracy Beaker was good in some way, but I really didn't want to see another one. And then when they brought back the Dumping Ground, I'm like thinking, why? Kids of this generation aren't going to understand what's it about. It's just not. They done the Dumping Ground as like a reboot basically, but it wasn't a reboot. And now they're trying to bring back Tracy Beaker. It's like just leave it, okay? It was good. Just put reruns of the original. That's all you need to do. Okay, kids will watch it, trust me. The next collection that I want to show you is my Dragon Ball Z collection. Now, you've already saw the unboxings of these. These are the orange box, and these are the only ones I have. I don't have the Kai one, I don't have the canon ones, I don't have any of the movies. All I have is the Dragon Ball Z orange box, okay? When collecting Dragon Ball Z, you got to use the wiki, you got to like use all Reddit forums, you got to really know where your pinpoint is, because there's so many of these out there, it's so hard to understand. The ones that I got are the Funimation dubs, and they do have the Japanese subtitles as well, so you do get the Japanese versions, which is quite good listening to them. What I don't recommend is going with the Kai ones first. Yes, they have better quality upscaling, but they cut out most of the fight scenes. It just got really boring. At least with the original, you had longer scenes, but the fight scenes were worth it. I think with the Kaido, they cut out all the boring crap, so they miss out a lot of like Gohan studying and all that, and just like goes to where all the action is, so you don't actually lose a storyline, you just miss out all the boring stuff in between. That's alright if you want to do a quick catch up, watch the Dragon Ball Z Kai, but if you're starting out first, fuck the Kai version. Like, literally just forget it. Forget the Ocean dub, that can just shoot that. Don't even bother with the Ocean dub at the end of the day because that was just terrible. Just go straight to the orange box or go online and find a Funimation dub one. Watch that, you'll love it, trust me you will, because you'll be watching it multiple times. You'll be watching the Freezer saga for so many times, you'll be so out of your mind you won't know what day of the week it is, and then you'll be thanking me in the comment section below. Next, I'm going to show you the DVDs that are in the corner. Now, these are my Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimensions. Now, I have the Blu-ray and the DVD. You're probably thinking, well, if I've got two, why not just keep the Blu-ray and get rid of the DVD one? As a collector and as a fan of the show, I wanted to get both copies of these. Okay, I can watch it on Blu-ray to watch the better quality, but I have to use my PS4 because I don't have a Blu-ray player, so I use the DVD one on my DVD player because I don't want my PS4 on all the time, because sometimes I fall asleep watching movies and then my PS4's on all night. It's just not healthy for it, because I don't really want to have it on all night because it's using that much power. It's ridiculous. At least with my DVD player I can set a timer and that can turn off, because it turns off always at a set time, because it knows, because I set it so it knows when I actually am asleep. Also as well, what made me as well get two on the same day, because normally I buy the DVD one, then later on about next month I get the Blu-ray one. The only reason I got them both at the same time wasn't just the fact that I love the film, but you get an exclusive card. Now, what went through my mind is, wow, an exclusive card in Yu-Gi-Oh! I bet if I get the Blu-ray one, it'd be a totally different card. Totally awesome. And you probably thought, yeah, I thought that as well. I opened it, same card, and you probably saw the unboxing video, you saw my reaction of the same card. It's really annoying, because you think, if you're going to do a Blu-ray one, at least add a different card. Don't add Obelisk Tormentor in both of them, because it just beats the purpose. Like, really, what's the point? You might as well just do the card exclusive to the Blu-ray one only, and fucking hell, there's a big massive wasp. Holy shit, that better not be in my room, because if it is, I'm throwing these out. No, not these. Not these. I'll throw my wallet. Holy shit, I'm fucking terrified now. Oh, let's move on. Hopefully it doesn't interrupt the video. Next we're going to move on to my iconic moments by Warner Bros. Now the iconic moments are a bit like the Disney Classic Collection. So what that entails is that they've done exclusive number of their films, but not the sequels. So take for example with the Disney Classics, we got Lady and the Tramp. They only did Lady and the Tramp #1 for the Disney Classic. Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure, was never part of the Disney Classics because it was a sequel, not an original film. So what the iconic moments are is basically what Warner Bros. Like to call their most iconic moments in film history. And so you have The Matrix. But people will say, what about Matrix 2? What about Matrix Reloaded? Well, the question with that is, they weren't the original film, they were sequels, so therefore they don't get an iconic moment, therefore they don't get a nice slip cover. We're not that lucky for it. So these were basically rip-offs of Disney classics, but they were still fun to collect, still fun to look at. The mask one itself is pretty good as well. This was the first one that caught my eye, the Jim Carrey one. The DVD insides are basically the same as the normal DVDs that you would get before they released these slipcovers. All they've done with the iconic moments one is done the slipcover. Same with the Disney classics. That's all you're paying out the money for. That's all we spent the $5.99 or $5.20 on, is for the slipcover. But when, as a collector, and you want them on your shelf, they look fantastic and they look well presented for people who want to come around and just have a look around. And these are currently being uploaded to my channel as we speak, so you'll be seeing them all in 4K clarity. Now, just to keep in mind, I had these since they came out in 2016. The only reason I waited till now to post the videos is because of the setup I had, and getting these were quite easy because they weren't just limited to HMV. You can get them from HMV, you can go to Tesco's and get them, you can go to Argos, you can go to Sainsbury's, they do DVDs, you can go to The Range and get them. You're not just limited to HMV exclusives only DVDs, because those are really annoying and they get out of stock fast, and trying to get them all can cost you a lot more money. I think the trouble that I had, and the one that I needed to finish the collection, was The Lord of the Rings. The Range didn't have it, Argos didn't have it, Sainsbury's didn't have it, Asda didn't have it, and at the end I went to Tesco's and Tesco's had it. HMV were completely sold out this one. Like, I literally asked, ordered, didn't come. I went to Tesco's, this is random luck, okay? I don't know why I was going up Tesco's. I just went up there for something else, but I thought, you know what, I'll look at the DVD section, you know, and just try my luck. And I saw it in there, instantly grabbed it and brought it. I was like, oh my god. I even took a picture and sent David it, thinking, oh, you know what I just found it. I think he was after this one as well, but he managed to get it through the luck of the draw. Like, I think he managed to order it off HMV and it actually did come, so he was a very lucky person. Too lucky in my case. But yeah, they also did Blu-ray versions of the iconic moments, but the thing with the Blu-ray ones, and I think David will agree, they're not that too much appealing. Like, I still prefer looking at the DVD ones over the Blu-ray ones because the cases on them are just horrible. With the Blu-ray ones, you don't really get the number on the side, so on the iconic moments you get a number, so you know which order they're going. With the Blu-ray ones, they just have a year. There is no number, okay? So you've really got to use the DVDs as a guideline to put your Blu-rays in the right order. But also, to top off that, they never actually released all of them on Blu-ray. They only released a selected few. So it's a bit like for the first year, when they did 24 iconic moments, they did a certain few from that list to be on the Blu-ray. Then in 2017, when they released all the others, well, from 25 to 41, they did the same thing, select a few from that list on the Blu-ray. That's really annoying because you have an incomplete Blu-ray collection, and that can really piss off some people, because even David can agree on that mark. Okay, now we're moving on to the Festive Collection. Now, this is something that I talked about earlier on in the video, and that's HMV exclusives. The Festive Collection came by Christmas last year. They started sending them out in October, and they stopped selling them in January, but they were only HMV exclusive, so you can only get them from the HMV shop, and that was it. You can probably try on the website, but on the website it doesn't guarantee to have the slipcover. Even if you buy it on the image that has the slipcover, chances are it might not come with a slipcover. So I had to go in store and actually buy them all, and at the start it felt good. You know, I saw loads of them on there, 5 for 20, spent about 40 a month. And then when it came down to come near Christmas, I realised that some of them were running out of stock, and the ones that I had the hardest to go for is Scrooge the Musical. And you had like Scrooge by Bill Murray, and that was the first one I got. But the Scrooge the Musical, I basically hurled back on it because I thought, you know what, they're going to have loads on there, because they had Elf and they had stacks and stacks full of Elf DVDs, and I thought they must have loads of these out back. So I thought, you know what, I'll save my money and get something else that I want, and I'll get this later on, okay? It's not going to go anywhere. Turns out that they ran out, and then I had to wait till after Christmas, double checked, didn't have any. Then I found that they sent all the stock back that they had, same with all the other shops, and then I had to order offline. And then eventually, after so many struggle, I got it, okay? I did. And I think it was the most exhausting thing ever, because that would have just really annoyed me, knowing I would have an incomplete collection. And most of you are like, oh, you could have looked on eBay. I did look on eBay. It didn't have it. They were just coming out, so they wouldn't have been on eBay that fast. And you know, even if it was now, I'd be paying out a fortune because people just put them up to a very high price. But with these, they didn't do them on Blu-ray, so none of these are actually on Blu-ray. They're only DVD exclusive. So it actually saved me even more money because I didn't have to worry about the Blu-ray ones. And if the Blu-ray ones were out, I would have to pay a fortune out by now, because I would have to get them off eBay and not the actual website, because they would have discontinued them on there. So that would be another painful thing to do. And they never actually numbered them, so you don't really know what the order was. But then again, I put them in alphabetical order, so it doesn't really matter if they're numbered, coded or not. I just wanted to throw it in there for you guys watching at home. Now, that was the top part of our shelf. There are some stuff on the top, but these are just like pantries just to make the top look nice. I'm not going to show the top view, but it just has my Shameless and my Laurel and Hardy briefcase collection, which we all know how those are. So I'm going to show you the bottom half now and get in more depth about the nice, awesome collection that's down there, which most of you are probably guessing what it already is, because you've already seen loads of it on my channel. So let's get straight on to it.